Welcome back to a 2023 ITTF-Oceania Senior and Youth Championships. My name is Andrew and I'll be taking you through all the action live from Townsville in Queensland, Australia. We have come off of a thrilling match. The semi-finals was between Connie and Sanaya, two players who are back now, but this time in the finals of the doubles. They're about to start now. Connie and Hannah, the ones in the green and gold, looking to try and take down Sanaya and Cherry. Of course, in all Australian finals, no coaches allowed. Australia guaranteed the gold and silver here. The question remains, who will win? First game, the best of 5 level. Good open up. Of course, Cherry has that short pimples on the backhand side. Will be interesting to see how Connie and Hannah will deal with that. Now, Sanaya and Cherry leading by 1 in the first game here. Of course, doubles very different to singles. There's a lot more you have to think about. Oh, so well placed. Pinning Cherry and Sanaya on that forehand side, but two players clumped into one position. And Hannah and Connie just firing up that other direction. Now Connie and Hannah leading by 2. A lot of very intense matches over this day as we get closer to all of the champions. Now 6-all here. Down the line, backhand. Connie just left to try and reach. Both players yet to budge. Trading point for point. Now, as we enter the later stage, not enough time to fault the pressure. The experience now, Connie and Hannah now, 2 game points to take the first game. We've seen a lot of best of 7s, and the best of 5 is a different mental challenge. And one of the big mental sides of the best of 5 is game number 3. Of course, still early here now, game number 1. 1 game point saved. 1 more to go to level the score at 2-all. Just like that. You saw a very tight match between Sanaya and Cherry. All the scores 10-all, 11-all. 2-point margin, and here we again, 10-all. Top spin, getting down on that ground, just to lift it up forward. Despite being 10-8 up, and despite the comeback, the slight little comeback there from being 2 game points down, Connie and Hannah still takes it 12-10 to seal themselves a 1-game lead, of course, worth so much more in a best of 5. Supposed to be requiring 3 to win, now only requiring 2. Of course, a best of 5, the other thing, less of a chance of a comeback. We've seen multiple times players being able to come back from 3 games down, but of course here, first 2-3. So as the players self-coaching themselves and getting ready to come back to the court for game number 2, we'll see if Sanaya and Cherry can break through and get the second game. Of course, the other thing to note in doubles is the combinations. They rotate now who serves to who and who receives from who. Of course, 4 players, 4 things to have to think about for each player, themselves and their partner, and the 2 players on the other court. A different mental game, a different strategical game, strategical game, rather. One all these players here are very comfortable with. Sanaya, Cherry had a good win against the number 2 seeds to get here. Now, they have to take over the number 1 if they are to be the champions. was saying before about combinations. And Sanaya and Cherry really much preferring this combination here. Of course, still a ways to go, but it's crazy to see how drastic they can be in the combination change. Different players, different styles. Sometimes when you have that pre-knowledge, or most of the time when you have that pre-knowledge, you want to have that favored combination in the second game. It seems a bit counterproductive. Why go a game down, or a possible 2-1 down? The reason, in the fifth, you swap sides at 5 points and you're back on the favored one. So, of course, it means you finished the match strong. Then on the other side, you have a doubles pair that, regardless of the combinations, showing their strength. Hannah and Connie coming back to level it at 4-all here. A bit of fortune to do it, but nonetheless, still a well-executed point with the serve. The momentum is still continuing here. The runner points not slowing down. So the number one seeds now one ahead, not just in games, but now one in points. The touch game short to the backhand, the heavy backspin, just rolling off the short pimples of Cherry into the net. Difference between the backspin and topspin. And from down by 4-1, and now 7-4 up, 6 points in a row. The rhythm broken. They're going to have to do more than that. A rhythm that was leading so well in the start of this game is a rhythm that is now going to be needed to come back despite the lead. Bit of fortune to take the next point. 3 away from taking a 2-game lead in a best of 5. 2-game lead is a very, very strong place to be on that mental element of the game. But there are many different sides. The skill, the tactics, the mental side, a lot say 80 to 70% is the mental side. The best players in the world are the ones that are so calm despite being down. Now, from 4-1 down, 10-5 up here. Number 1, what a very drastic change here in the momentum. They were looking to be a tough match to try and come back in, but absolutely destroying it. You would never have known they were 4-1 down here. 4-1 down and only 1 point lost. To take that second game. Incredible. They took it way more comfortably than the first as well. Again, you would never have known. Just showing how skilled they are, how calm and collective they are to be able to come back and take the second game now. The 2-game lead, 1 away, taking the match and the championship title. Four-1 down. Now the next 11 points. 10 of them. Is that reason why they are the number ones in this event? The top seeds now 1 a game, One away from taking the match. And on the receive, can Sanaya and Cherry find their momentum here? Take it away from the ones in green and gold, still continuing. Not changing at all. Up by 2 and with the serve. Just no room for error here. Australia guaranteed the goal at this rate. Oh, how perfection in the placement. Of course, a lefty-righty combination is the strongest combination. Both here right-handed players, and so both with that same issue, and both trying to clump the players and fire it off in the other direction here now. Doing so well. And I'm not looking back. Momentum still on the side of Connie and Hannah now, leading by 3 and looking to march to victory here. And well opened up, the middle of Connie found, and you can see her just stepping that little bit back to try and get it, but not enough. Speed of the ball just too fast. Come back brewing here now. And for what was seeming to be a rough one now, they were 5-2 down, up by 2, a complete reverse of the previous game. And if there's a way to do it, they require 3 games to win. They cannot afford to lose another one. This is certainly a stronger showing here by Cherry and Sanaya. It continues to go, and just like that, a snap of the fingers, and the momentum firmly with Cherry and Sanaya. So look to try and push this to a 4th and 5th. Never say never, not out of the count until the last point is played. Doing well here. What a point. How was that? Well fought by both pairs. Connie and Hannah creeping back. The forehand and counter exchange. Center line, the ball just going a bit long. Talk about a bit long, the push deep into the body, the bat, the rotation with the wrist forward, trying to lift that ball. The slight miscalculation of how much spin there was, the ball going off the end of the table. Bit of fortune now, 1 point away from leveling at 9-all. But more importantly, Sanaya and Cherry, 2 from leveling it. 2 away from trying to take the match. Now, with what was an incredible run backhand, Connie doing everything she can to stay in the point, working so well. The feeling of the players from Connie and Hannah. They were 5-2 up, 7-5 down, and now 9-all in a must-win game for Sanaya and Cherry here. It didn't work this time. Cherry ready for it, even if it came back. What a fight by this pair. They were 2 games down. Now they have a chance to come back 1 point away from taking the 3rd game, pushing this to a 4th and igniting the fire. And on the receive. Wide out to the backhand, down the line to the forehand. They have found a strategy with the combination and now have pushed it to a 4th game. Again, I say about the tactics, both pairs are very much skilled in the feeling on how they play. Both aggressive, taking the initiative, but Sanaya and Cherry pushing Connie and Hannah wide out to their backhand side. And then as fast as can be, down the line to the forehand. It is a tactic that works against every single doubles pair of the righty-righty. The only difference is the footwork. And both pairs' footwork's being tested here. We'll be back for game number 4 as the players start to come back. Connie and Hannah ready for their fight. And more importantly, to try and shut down that fire starting to brew. Sanaya and Cherry not out of the match by any means here. Never say never until the last point is played. So the players ready for game number 4. Connie to serve. Well receive on the long serve. Players looking at a fight to level the score. Game's so tight here. Cherry and Sanaya might be down by 1, but they can still come and win this one, level it at a 5th set. And certainly with this level of play here, What a shot off the forehand. The acceleration forward. You can see her preparing for it. The slightly slower ball, waiting for it to kick up. The slight adjustment, the movement, getting on top of that ball, smothering it down to the forehand side. Now 2 points away. Sanaya Cherry up by 2 and 2 points away are Hannah and Connie. What a shift. And from 11-5, the 4-1 down comeback, 10 points and 11 points won. Now they are facing a fifth set to come. Sanaya and Cherry have found their rhythm. 6-2 up. What an incredible fight here. What a forehand and the point of the match. Sanaya down, just ripping those shots back, just nothing phasing her at all. She is so fearless right now. The forehand quality of Connie. Absolutely denied. The fifth set still so close, just ever brewing. But don't count Connie and Hannah, they will still fight back. They were down by a very similar margin in the second game and made it look like they were never down. 7-4 up with the serve. It still is there. 3 points away from pushing this to a fifth. The initiative here. 6 game points, and from 2 games down, looking to level it at the fifth. And with this momentum, we might be seeing a massive comeback here. Long serve red, the fast return. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. 11-5. And now it's a fifth. You would have thought they were down for the count when they were 5-2 down in the third. But now, they might be winning. So we'll see if that momentum can continue. The fire ablaze now, consuming the court. And Hannah and Connie left to burn. Can they extinguish what is coming forth in game number 5 after this? Now the players back for game number 5, the 5th and deciding game for who will be crowned this year's Under-19 Girls Doubles Champion. Sanaya to serve. The momentum so far firmly in the side of the ones with gold and green from Australia. Of course, Australia guaranteed the gold, but number one seeds looking to try and extinguish the blaze that is against them here. With every .1 is water on the fire. Now with the serve to try and lead by 2. That heavy backspin, you can see how she contacted the ball. The bat just slicing under there, using the momentum that was coming to her and adding that extra amount of spin here to lead by 2. The strategy working once again. Double backhand, one forehand, pushing Connie and Hannah wide out. It is a drill at this point. What do you do even when you know where the ball's coming? Of course, can't move too early. Change of direction easily as deadly. And then to the forehand. I mean, you just can see it coming from a mile away. The strategy and tactics of Cherry and Sanaya here are paying off so well. And Connie and Hannah, I mean, they know it. And yet still, now 3-all in the first towel break of the 5th. A masterclass of the tactical game and how to play a doubles match. Now Sanaya and Cherry just overcoming everything and have found their recipe. I said earlier with the doubles, it's 2 players, the ingredients that form a recipe, a meal that here is starting to take over. Are we about to see the number 1 seeds taken down? Of course, a timeout call, understandable here. They were 2 games up, and now looking to struggle their way back. Of course, never say never. It is not over until the last point is won. It's certainly a tougher role here. Players having to fight so hard. Now with the combination change, can Connie and Hannah find their rhythm and prevent an upset here? The answer is certainly starting to come here. 2 points down now, 5-all in the 5th. It's still anybody's match. A step around on the backhand, and Hannah just telling herself to try and focus to prevent that aggression. Cherry and Sanaya are so close to finishing their comeback, the fight of their life. I mean, how do they recover from such smart play? And despite being on the back pedal, Sanaya placing so well. Number two, I've just gotten themselves into a rhythm that is just unbreakable for Hannah and Connie here. This is how you play a doubles match. The absolute masterclass of tactics. Now, the number one seed's 1 point away from leveling the field. But having to be faced with such formidable tactics. There it is again. Whether it be on the aggressive game or the push. Just insane on how quick this went south for Hannah and Connie. What was looking to be a comfortable 3-0 now at defeat. And from 2 games down, 2 points away from taking the match and the championship title here in Townsville. And on the receive to do it. And the risk on that forehand, any millimeter left, and it would have been off the table. That is how precise these players are with their game. 1 step closer to leveling, but a big mountain to climb here now. Sanaya to serve, and they're both 2 points away. With the tactics that Sanaya and Cherry have been showing here. Are they about to pull the comeback? 1 away. 3 match points despite being 2 games down. 5-2 down in the third. And they have not looked back since with the serve. And the block. That side spin just creeping its way a little bit to the side. The pressure that the number one seeds have here. They have the serve. Will it be enough? One more saved. And Sanaya and Cherry still have a timeout, but not seeming to use it here. Would certainly be a smart place to use it. But it does not matter. From 5-2 down in the third game, 2 games down, they have come back and won it 11-9, as close as it can be. What an insane comeback and an incredible fight. It looked to be over for Sanaya and Cherry, but just never say never. And the victory has been claimed. Our new under-19 Oceania doubles champions here. An incredible win. What a fight. Exactly what we love to see from a finals. And speaking of finals, only finals are left. And on table number 1, we have the mixed doubles 19 finals between Nicholas Lum, who just came off of a singles defeat to Finn Liu 4-2, the defending Oceania champion, not to defend his title, but still currently the number 1. We'll see what happens in the future. Playing with Sanaya.